Hello and welcome to Wednesday's programme.
Coming up tonight between now and 6:30.
Good evening. The owner of a boutique in Stroud, which sells fur clothing, has shut up shop after being bombarded with death threats and hate messages.
Faye Rogers says she has been deeply disturbed by some of the threats and has reported the people behind them to the police. Ken Goodwin reports.
Well, it will come as no surprise that this has provoked a lot of debate on our social media channels throughout the day. Brian Seal has been in touch to say Faye would be foolish in this day and age to think that it would be easy to run that kind of business without attracting the attention of protesters.
Meanwhile, Kirsty Russell from Chippenham says, "I would never condone bullying or threats, but I'm glad the shop is closed." She goes on to say this seems a poor choice that she made.
Susan Lott, another to get in touch. She says death threats and bullying is not on. However, I find the idea of real fur abhorrent. To me, the only place to wear fur is on the animal it belongs to, not humans.
And finally, Natalie Ward says the fake stuff is just as good. Well, thank you very much for all your comments on this. Well, let's move to some other news now. An ex-Russian spy, Sergei Skripal, who was poisoned in Salisbury, has been branded a traitor by Russian President Vladimir Putin.
The family of a man who was killed when his car crashed into a house in Yate say he will leave a gap in their lives that no one else will ever deserve to fill.
Parents in Bath and North East Somerset have held a meeting with head teachers to find out more about their national campaign against cuts to school funding. Now, Theresa May has called on her party to unite to deliver Brexit. She used her conference speech to set a vision for Britain outside of the EU. After losing her voice during last year's address and doubts over her future, she needed this speech to go well.
But Brexit division is still rife, with the North East Somerset MP, Jacob Rees-Mogg, leading calls for her to change her plans. He's been speaking to our political correspondent David Wood about that and also about the abuse he and his family have received over recent months. Well, ITV's political editor Robert Peston will be providing more analysis of Theresa May's speech on his programme tonight. It gets underway at 10:45.
Robert Peston there. While Brexit has been at the forefront of the Conservative Party conference, it's also on the minds of those working in our agricultural industries.
Well, Bob Cruz spent the day at the UK's largest dairy show in Shepton Mallet, where he spoke to farmers about what has been a challenging and turbulent year. Well, the ITV National News will have much more on Brexit and Theresa May's speech at the party conference at 6:30. Mary Nightingale has all the details.
And still ahead on our programme before 6:30. But before that, though, all this week we're introducing you to our Daily Mirror Pride of Britain finalists for the Regional Fundraiser of the Year award here in the West Country.
Yes, we've been to meet 4 incredible people, and on Friday's programme we're going to be revealing the winner, who will go to the awards in London later this month. Well, here are our finalists.
Amazing story, and here's what our head judge, actor Joe Sims from Bristol, from ITV's Broadchurch, you might remember him from, had to say about Ian. Doesn't he just? And a reminder for you that we'll be revealing the West Country's Pride of Britain fundraiser of the year on Friday's programme.
We're going to look at some sport now, and in last night's football, Bristol Rovers drew 0-0 in League One away at Rochdale, despite the hosts being reduced to 10 men. Now
it is almost time to say goodbye to Wallace, Gromit and Feathers McGraw. All 67 statues from Bristol's Summer Trail are being auctioned off tonight at the city's Aerospace Museum.
Well, let's hope the auction will once again raise hundreds of thousands of pounds for Bristol Children's Hospital. Alice Key is live there for us tonight. And Alice, this is well, a bit of a sad time. The last time they're all going to be together.
Oh yeah, we very much like that, as long as you're paying. Thanks, Alice.
Right, we're going to take a look at the weather forecast now, and Charlie has the details for us this evening.
Charlie, thanks very much. And that's it from the two of us.
But we're going to leave you with a beautiful live shot of